turned around and saw this buck and hurried and just shot him. So down here in Sonora, Mexico, today is the first day of our coues hunt down here. It started raining about 5 o'clock this morning. These guys have been in drought for a couple of years. In fact, a couple of years with like zero rain. Started raining about 5:30 this morning, and it has been coming down. So we are hunting some water tanks and water holes specifically with our bows. I did bring my rifle down as an option, but we'll see how this goes. A lot of rain, so I doubt we're going to see much of the tank today, but going to actually go get my blind set up today. So we're ready to roll, and we'll see how it goes from there.
Here we go back.
That was right here, huh?
Standing right here.
Which one?
That one buck that he's a 3x4.
Oh.
Where
It's only showed up the
He
once.
only showed up the one time. He was standing right here.
We just got Rusty's blind set. The only problem is there's another drinker right over here that has water. It's only like probably 400 yards from his drinker. So we talked to the landowner, talked to the rancher, and we got permission to straight up cover this thing with branches so that nothing can drink from it. Guarantees that if anything comes into this valley for water, it's only going to be able to go to Rusty.
And I'll be drinking a Mountain Dew when they come to drink water.
Yeah, that's the plan. Mountain Dew for coues deer. And elk, apparently. You've killed a few of those.
A few of those. Handful.
Like one or two. That's mission accomplished on that. It took maybe 2 minutes. Now we're backing out of here. The deer aren't necessarily gonna come to water when it's raining. There's water everywhere, so they don't need to come get a drink. So Rusty's actually gonna sit, I don't know what the exact yardage is, 400 yards away up on a hill and glass for him for today. Deer are in the area. We've seen some deer this morning. We just need to ultimately have one get killed. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. So when he's in the ground blind, he's only gonna be able to look at a small area. And when he's up on this hill, we'll show you, he'll be able to see a pretty big area, yeah?
Yep.
So, should be good. I'm excited, everybody's excited. Everybody's got deer that they are excited to hunt, and that's the biggest thing. So, it's gonna be good. You just gotta send it and end it.
Send it and end it, baby. I tell you, I feel pretty rewarded right now. When we got here to camp, we were looking over pictures of bucks at different places and kind of all of us picking the bucks that we wanted to go after, where we wanted to go sit. I picked 2 stud bucks at this water hole. One we called the Saw Blade. So he's got all these little points coming off of his front. Not going to be the greatest scoring buck in the world, but absolute tank, super heavy. Looks like an older mature deer by his body. And then there was another buck in there, well over 100 inches, that was super tall, typical, gorgeous. Decided to sit that tank.
Here we are. Our first day down here, chasing coues deer. It's raining. They haven't had hardly any rain in the last couple of years. So, sitting in our blinds at the water hole isn't going to be the most effective today. So I'm sitting up above the water hole, probably 150, 200 yards back. Yeah, around 200 yards back. Where I can see the valley. So, we'll see if that works and see what we see today.
It's not working. This one's working so well. So I found this one just a little while ago. I just came walking through the brush and looked there and looked back there. Yes, sir. Just check them out. Nice. So this last year's still got a little brown. Let's look back here. Oh, there's the match. Nice. So it's day number 2 here in Sonora. Yesterday was our first day. It started raining about 5:30 in the morning. It didn't quit until after dark, so it was a pretty rough day yesterday as far as seeing animals was concerned. Got to pick up a few sheds hiking out, which was awesome. Heading in here this morning for the second day. It rained so much. I don't know if you can hear that. The coyotes are going off behind me. But it rained so much, I'm actually not going to sit in my blind with the bow this morning. I'm going to sit up on the hill with my rifle so I can see the entire valley below instead of just the water area, the drinker. So anyway, we'll go ahead and get hiked in here and get set up, ready to watch for the day. It rained all night last night, so I have just set up here on the hill with my rifle today instead of down in the blind. At the blind, I can only see about 50 yards around the water, but up here, I can see a lot more. So I've decided to do this today since it rained so hard last night. We'll see what the day brings. The forecast is good. I've had a coyote come by and a bunch of coyotes just yipping off here to my left. Everything's still a little bit muddy from the rain yesterday, but it's hot, it's warm, so I think it's going to dry out real quick. I think it's just going to get better and better as the week progresses. Can you hear the coyotes? There's a lot of them. Coyotes started yipping again. So for a heck of it, I pulled out my pocket prey, hit the dying rabbit, and I watched one just immediately come running from way down at the bottom before he got here. One popped out right here in this brush 15 yards from me and saw me. And then the other one worked his way up to me. Like, from the time I started calling, the first one was here within probably 30 seconds. The second one was here within about a minute and a half. I need to kill a deer so I can just call some coyotes. That was awesome. So that's a deer scrape right there. A licking branch right there. Day number 2 has came to a close. No deer today. A lot of coyote action. I am seeing some deer tracks across the old dirt road here as I come out though. So there are a few deer moving. One track in particular is a great looking buck track. I followed it out just a little ways and there was a scrape. So looks like rut action is going on. Hopefully this mud will dry out and they'll start hitting the water tanks again here this week. That's what we need anyway. Here's the setup with the blind. So yesterday I glassed this up and came down and picked it up today. That's a serious cactus.
Right at the end of the day, I had like 20 javelina come up, and yeah, like Rusty was just saying, kind of revenge from earlier. And this one died within 30 yards.
Little pig, let me in. Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. Well, here we are, day 5 of our Sonora coues hunt. As you can tell, our whole goal originally with this is to come down and to archery hunt coues deer on water holes with our bow and arrows. I did bring my rifle with me, and I'm glad I did. Like, we had just horrendous rain the very first day we were down here. And so that doesn't exactly help deer come into water holes, right? Totally out of our control. So I sat up on the hill that day in the rain, and the next day with my rifle where I could overlook the valley below me and glass, since nothing was coming to water. So that said, it started to warm up. It's been really windy. I feel like we're starting to get a little bit more action at the water holes. Need our target bucks to step on in, give us an opportunity. So I still do have the rifle with me. From my blind, I can see out there beyond archery range. So if one of my target bucks happens to come through out there far, I got the rifle there just in case. So saw 2 deer yesterday, and that's what they were. They were out there 70, 80 yards from my blind. So anyway, we'll head out today. We'll see what today holds. We do have a high of 74 today, which should be the warmest it's ever gotten since we've been here, which is great. Super windy this morning as well, though. We'll see what happens.
So I checked the card off the camera this morning. Both of my shooter bucks came in last night. The big tall one that scores better came in at 309, 310. And the one I call Saw Blade, he came in at 1247. So it's the first time they've been back on this camera since the 4th. Today's the 11th. So let's hope warmer weather today decides to bring him in, mix of that in the rut.
So it was a eventful evening. Got a shot at a coyote at the drinker, but it was super rushed. In fact, I moved my camera over to film when the coyotes came in, and then they moved to the other side of the trough. That was my shooting lane. So I had to do this like canted out shot and rushed it and shot over the top of him. I needed to split my pins, and I really didn't get a good chance to. Anyway, then on the way out, found a couple of javelina and stuck one of those. Anyway, that sucker went off into the thorn bushes, just a squealing. Those are quite the deals. So anyway, eventful night.
So we're on day 6. And out here hunting. I actually had a new buck show up on camera last night in the water that's not been here. And there was a couple of does. So that's a good sign. I haven't had any does on this water hole since before we got here. So I think the rut's starting to kick in as the new buck show up. Now we'll just see if something shows up in the daylight. It's going to give us some opportunity. So the wind has been getting real swirly down around the blind. I've been worried about it the last couple days. Well, I just had a coyote come in from the direction that my one target buck comes in from. And as soon as he got into view, he stopped, threw his nose in the air, smelled me, and was out of there. That wind's just not cutting it, so I grabbed my crap and bailed. Came up here on the hill. I got my bow sitting right here, but I got the old rifle out. It's exactly 115 yards down to the water from here, but I'm up on the hill where my thermals are good and my wind is good. So we'll see if that changes anything, see if that was preventing anything from coming in. Got about 4 hours left in the day, so we'll see what happens. I just glassed up another shed. Looks like the old one. Looks like the back ones. Glassed this up. Quite a ways away.
Found another one. Nice. It's pretty cool. A little bit ago, I picked up this shed. Just started going back and forth. Took me about 10 more minutes. And it appears as if I've matched him up. This is the kind of stuff I'm looking for sheds in.
Not bad.
That's how it is up there. If you have does come through, you better get ready real quick. Well, last day for us. The 2 target bucks I've been sitting on have not daylighted. It's been fun to sit on them because they're studs, and you know, they just got to make a mistake. But anyway, down to the very last day. I believe I'm actually going to lower my standards today, and I'm going to move to a different spot. I've stayed in the same one the whole last 8 days moving. I really would like to shoot coues. They would round out my North American deer slam. Don't get me wrong, I plan on coming back next year, and I can finish it off then, but I'm going to see what today brings at a different spot where I've seen a few bucks daylighting on camera. So.
Holy cow. I just heard something walking up behind me. I turned around. I saw this goose buck. Jeez.
So I was just sitting here watching the water, and I heard something behind me, turned around and saw this buck, and hurried and just shot him, just walking up on him right now. There he is, my first coues buck. Last day.
It's good that you have a good hunting. Finish it good.
No, this was good. We got to hunt the entire week, and although you like to get into deer and shoot some earlier, it's nice to be able to hunt the entire week and then get it done on the last day. Yeah, that's kind of nice. So story time. This is nuts. Last day. We've been 9 days. I've sat 8 days at the same blind after a couple of target deer, and they have not daylighted. A couple of stud bucks. As I come out each day, there's another water hole that I've been checking, and it's had a couple of smaller bucks on it that have been daylighting once in a while. Last day, I decided I'd come and set up shop on it. I was writing off my big guys that have been hitting the water at night, and I had to come back into the brush here, switch up from the bow to the gun. So I had about a 90 to 100 yard shot over to this water. So I just set up back in the brush, no blind or anything. Sat here all morning, nothing's came in. It's past the time they normally have came. And all of a sudden I heard something right behind me. Literally, like I can see where I was sitting. Right here, like 25 yards behind me, this deer had walked up and bumped, and I heard it run. And I hurried and stood up and turned around, and I saw it run back behind this brush here behind me. I just saw its head stick out. I could see it had at least 3 points on each side plus brows. Definitely not a monster buck. Definitely a last day first coues buck for me. This completes my North American deer slam. He stepped back around the bush and I just nailed him right there. So I couldn't be more happy. I couldn't be more excited. I didn't want to wait a whole nother year to try and complete my North American deer slam. So I'm super excited to nail this. Even better, got news just literally right before I shot this. My buddy Logan shot his, Logan Romney shot his buck with his bow 9 days straight in the same blind, and he just killed this morning too. So this has been awesome. Sit all week with a bow, with the exception of a couple of days where it rained and whatnot and had to sit back far. Anyway, come down here to hunt with a bow, and lo and behold, I decided to go with the rifle on the last day where I can sit back far enough from the tank. What do? I shoot a deer at 25 yards with the rifle. It's all good. I'm super happy with him, so it's totally fine. A few of the sheds we've picked up, they've been down here. Pretty good set right there. Another set right there. And most of the rest of these are singles. There's one other one I don't have here. This is the size my friend Connor finds. One here. We found this deadhead, which I think would have been a pretty good buck. Pretty cool. And then Logan found this one when he and I went out tonight. It's fun to come down here and find these coues sheds. What are we eating here?
These are coues deer ribs that were killed just a few hours ago.
They're actually really good. I'm loving it. I could eat more.